going on, everybody? Welcome, 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 welcome. Happy Sunday. Thank you all so much for tuning in to Scientology Sunday. Hope all is well with all of you. Hope you guys have had a great week. As you all can see, I'm on screen. We have special guests here. Keilah's with us. I am so excited. As you all can see, her YouTube channel link is highlighted below. Make sure you go and show her some love and support. Check her out, her great content. You all, we have a great session planned. She's going to tell us about her experiences protesting Scientology. Dangerous stuff. And anytime you go up against a cult, there's always some dangerous stuff to happen. So she sent some photos we're going to show, and then we're going to just let some protest footage play in the background while she tells us her experience, and we can ask questions. You guys will be able to ask questions from the audience, and we can learn and understand and grow, and hopefully give heads up to those who are, maybe in this and want to get out. And she could provide some information on how to get out, and then transition information that will, be helpful for mental health, other steps that can be taken so that people can come out of this cult and not, have this epic crash that can occur. Because when you're mentally conditioned to believe something, then you have to be mentally unconditioned to that. You have to, go out and learn how to kind of just live and experience life outside of this programming that a cult can do to you. So she's going to be able to give us all of that great information here in the LLC. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. How y'all doing? Shout out to all of you all. Shout out to my mods. My apologies for the tardiness, but I did want to make sure that everything was set up in the background and that we have, a great show planned for you all, and that is informative as well. And so we're going to get to it. You all, Keilah is a fantastic supporter here in the LLC. And any opportunity that we have to speak with someone who either was a former Scientologist or someone like Keilah who protested Scientologists and have a strong connection to it, we want to be able to bring them up so they can share their experiences, and hopefully it can help others. And that's what this is all about. I believe Scientology is a cult, but this cult has no power on my platform. So we have freedom of speech and expression here in the United States. We're going to talk about it, and they're not going to like it, and they're going to have to get over it. You can't make this up. They've been in existence for over 60 years, and it's still mad it works. So let's bring up Keilah. Shout out to Keilah. How y'all doing? Y'all say hello to Keilah.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I am doing well. Are you excited to share with us your experience? Because I am.
I am.
Absolutely.
I've taken a few years off, so I'm okay now.
Good. And if you all notice this hip hoodie she got on, I want one. Z News Crew.
I had to dig back in the closet for that one.
Z News, listen, I call it Z News. The boy go warrior princess.
Yes. This is from Laura FM. She's a second gen. She has her own channel, Laura FM. And she made this. I begged her. I was like, Laura, please, I need one. In fact, there's a picture of her and I in there. Right. But I was like, please, Laura. She's like, I only have one. I said, no, now you got to make two. So she made it to me.
Nice. Oh, the vibrant colors. It stands out,
well,
y'all.
You know what this means, right? You know what this means. This color.
Is that the color in LA or something like that?
It's goldenrod. It means when you're declared an SP, a suppressive person, they give you this big, huge sheet that declares you a suppressive person, and the color is goldenrod. So everybody knows what it is.
So this is like the highest level achievement
no, this is like when you're declared a suppressive person and they kick you out of Scientology and you're an SP. You're an SP. They put it on this, the goldenrod. The notice.
Oh my God. They said, look, just follow the yellow brick road.
And so Laura has, if anybody ever watches Laura FM, she will, everything she has is goldenrod. That's what she wears.
Y'all wear it proudly now. Wear it proudly. But it's the hope that these Scientology Sunday conversations can help pull more people out, and more people will be proud to rock that yellow, and to be able to get help. And you give us some of your background. We noticed that you have mental health as your YouTube channel. So tell us a little bit
Yes.
about yourself. Tell us a little bit about what you speak about on your channel, and then lead us into how you got involved with protesting Scientology.
Okay, so going way back, I was uh, I've been a paramedic my whole life. So
Okay.
since I was 18. In fact, I couldn't actually work because I couldn't drive until I was 21.
Mm-hmm.
So I had my paramedic license before that. So I had to
Okay.
work. I mean, all I could do was be in the back. I couldn't drive. So that's
Mm-hmm.
healthcare. My mom is a psychiatric nurse, has been my whole life. And that's the first thing that I swore I would never go into that field. I knew it was going to be healthcare, but not
Mm-hmm.
psychiatry, or not, I didn't want anything to do with psychiatric part, just
Oh,
because I
wow.
like the trauma and the go. And well,
Mm-hmm.
God don't always give you what you want. He gives you where you're supposed to be.
That's right.
My mom opened a company, a business, because people fell through the cracks with mental health. They would be discharged from the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a real life thing when you've got to either pay for your medicine,
Right.
pay for your rent, buy your food. And she was a
Mm-hmm.
director of nurses for 32 years at a psychiatric center. And it was just a crisis center. It was just a rotating door. She said, enough is enough. So we created a
Mm-hmm.
nonprofit, opened, we had 6 houses before Hurricane Harvey. That kind of took us
Right.
down to 2 now. But
Okay.
it's a place for the people that have nowhere to go. They're
Mm-hmm.
fed, they see the doctor, they stay on medication compliant. So I got thrown into that 23 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and we've been doing that ever since, except I've
Wow.
been off for the past 2 years for different surgeries, and then I tore my rotator cuff. So trying to recover from that.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a little
Absolutely.
bit about my background. So I'm now inside
Okay.
the mental health field. So I went and got my
Great.
degree in it and everything, did everything I
Mm-hmm.
could do. And my mom and I watched Leah Remini's, you know, her Scientology, and we watched every episode, everything. And we were that's how I got introduced into knowing about this cult. And
Mm-hmm.
then when it was over, I really didn't follow it anymore. And my mom, she's like, Aaron is on, growing up in Scientology. She said, Aaron is got his own channel. I said, no, I didn't know that. And
Wow.
and so that's where it all began 5-6 years ago, 2020, 20, yeah. And
Okay.
I just started going in the chats, and then it evolved into protesting, meeting actual people,
Mm-hmm.
being real supportive in the chats. And then I became a mod for another ex-Scientologist for probably a year and a half. Ran
Okay.
her Facebook group, and she's newly out of Scientology, newly out.
Wow. Okay.
And so Osa's real, guys. So if they're in the chat, hello, Osa. Osa's a real thing. Um, anyway, so got to just know the whole community, started getting, I supported them every way I could. And
Mm-hmm.
Scientology is a real life child trafficking cult. I have an
Wow.
interview I did with Serge Delmar on my channel. And let me tell you something, it'll bring
Okay.
tears to your eyes, because he has went, and Laura FM, she went through it. All of them did. All of them have. But Serge
Wow.
was trafficked from Mexico. They took his passport. They took his papers. That's what they do. They traffic you in from another country. They lock all their paperwork up so they can't leave. They can't get out. There's nowhere for them to go. So they're taught from a young age, if they're born into it, that everybody on the outside is bad. Psychiatry is bad. Mental health is bad. They confuse words on purpose also. They take
What?
yes, like counseling. Okay, so that's
Uh-huh.
not a big deal for you or anyone else, right? I mean, just counseling.
Right.
Well, to
Right.
an ex-Scientologist or to a Scientology, what they do is they use that as their when they get audited. They use that. They call that counseling. So if you get an ex-Scientologist, someone that gets out of Scientology, you ask them if they want to go to a counselor, what do you think is going to happen? PTSD, bam, hell no.
Right. Exactly.
Because they use
Wow.
words, they change words on purpose.
Right. And the perception attached to that term is
Exactly
designed
what they
to induce this negative consequence, and that's something I wanted to ask about. What typically when someone is exiting out of a cult, mentally, what are some of the things that they or that you would recommend or advise that they do to help prepare them mentally to be able to now step into this new life, this new freedom? What are this aside from going to counseling, what other things do you recommend for someone that is trying to get out of a cult and now they have to start this new journey?
Okay, so that's why I made my channel. That's why when I
Okay.
got out when I got out of
Hmm.
protesting, I made my channel Mental Health Matters because there was so many people in all those chats that just had no idea where to turn, where to look. So I created
Hmm.
a channel. My channel, it was for that specifically, and then now it's gravitated over time to just mental health in general. But for the ex-Scientologists, it takes them a
Hmm.
very long time. They don't. This is we're aliens to them. Like we're really truly like they have no idea. They're told that they're going to be lobotomized. They're going to, I mean, they have my best advice is to see a trauma informed therapist first to help you deprogram.
Okay.
And I know
Okay.
5 out of a bunch that
Okay.
have had to even go to those shots, and I should have pulled it up, the shots that reset their nervous system to
Mm.
because nothing works for the PTSD, and I forgot what they're called, and I apologize. I should have had it.
No, it's
But
fine. You're fine.
it resets their nervous system back to before the trauma started. The bad thing is the ones that are born in, when does that trauma start? In utero. So some have had success with the shots, some
Before,
have.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Mm.
it's some are
Wow.
comfortable speaking out, some aren't.
Hmm.
We give
Okay.
I tell everybody there's 2 foundations. Either or is great. One is the Aftermath Foundation,
Hmm.
and one is the SPTV Foundation. Either one,
Okay.
that either or. They give them resources, monetary. They if they're in
Right.
and want out, they help them. They plan it. They know how to do it because there are actually ex-Scientologists on those boards that help them escape. They'll go rescue them. They help them find a place to live. Help them get their driver's license because most don't even have
Hmm.
that. Help them get a job. Try to keep them protected from being kidnapped back into the cult. And
Right.
all this is real. I mean,
Yeah. Absolutely.
so
I mean, the worst part is that you have, and I'm just gonna ask this one last question here. Caleb asked
oh
the,
no,
I
it's
guess, the
not
neuro, is it
that.
like electroconvulsion therapy?
No, it's
Okay.
called,
Okay.
and I, oh my gosh, all of my friends have gotten it, and some it worked well on, some it didn't. It's Jamie Mustard is an ex-Scientologist. He has a book, and he has a book on it.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
don't have that ready in hand, but his name's Jamie Mustard. He was
Hmm.
as a child, his story probably is just as bad as, if not the same as Surge's. He was laid in a bed. It's not no, it's not EMDR. It's they're actual shots that they give
Okay.
in the nerve, and it's 2 different sets, and it resets the nerve. It's a
Mm.
brand new. Jamie Mustard. If anyone can look him up, I'm sorry that I can't recall what it's off the top of my head, but we've helped raise money for them to
No,
get
you're
these shots
fine. You can
because
always just look it up later, email it.
no
Yeah.
therapy works. It's when they're at the end of nothing has worked for them. No therapy. They will not do EMDR
Okay.
because part of EMDR that they've all told
Hmm.
me is you can do the taps. I've done EMDR for CPTSD, and you can tap your
Okay.
shoulders, but it's rapid eye movement. But some of it is you hold these little things that put a little small amount of electricity through you. And what do you think that's going to bring them to?
That's gonna be like
Auditing,
the
the E
yeah,
meter,
the EM, e meter.
the
Yeah.
E meter.
And this, oh man,
Yeah.
that is something else.
Yeah. So if they just find a way out, that's the main thing. And once you're out,
Okay.
find resources for them.
Hmm.
Trauma informed therapy. Someone, not just a someone that is licensed with a cult, high control groups, anything like that.
Hmm.
That's going to be the best. They have,
What?
because they've went their whole life being brainwashed. They have to be
Right.
deprogrammed.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, what would you say to family members, loved ones, and friends who are, finding themselves, helping to get someone out of this cult to be able to, support them through the process? What is your advice for the support system?
Be patient.
Okay.
Be patient. You have no idea the damage that was done. I
Yeah.
have no idea the damage that was done. Everything I'm saying is just from what I've witnessed and seen. I'm in what we call never ends that stand up in protest. And I did that for
Okay.
many years until, like I said, till about a year and a half ago when OSA finally decided to come after me. And I'm not scared of OSA. We're born
Hmm.
okay, I don't want to group. Most of us are born. We know the devil, Satan. You're scared of him. Don't
Hmm.
hell. You're scared of hell. You're scared of Satan. Okay, so they're
Right.
born and they're brought up OSA, their Office of Special Affairs. That's their Satan. That's their devil. That's who does all the fair gaming. That's their it's a paramilitary group that, it's more like our intelligence groups all combined into one and with no
Wow.
boundaries. Yes. Yes. So they fair game you.
You can't make
Dual
this up.
sympathetic reset. Caleb had it.
Oh,
Sorry, just saw it.
okay. There it
Just
is.
saw it. That's what it's called. Thank you. So,
Yep.
that's what it is. Yeah. And
Shout out to you, Caleb. Do a sympathetic reset. And this is a
that's
neural
when
injection
it's on both sides of your neck. You
in
can't do
the
them
in the
both the
nerves.
same day. It goes like right into the ganglia of your nerves, and your whole eye turns bloodshot. And
That
then
sounds painful.
that's when you know it works. Then the
Oh,
next
that
day
sounds
you go
painful.
back and you have the other side done. But it's when nothing else has worked. No counseling. They've been through
Mm.
every type and they're at the end where they have no other choice. It's had some great results. I know
Oh my
one,
God.
it didn't. She ended up with some blood clots in her lungs and things like that, some pulmonary
Oh,
embolism. So we don't know if it was pertaining to that, but it was shortly after that she got them. So we're not sure. But but
okay.
90% that I've seen, it is that they'll tell you, oh my gosh, but you have to have been through all the other treatments of therapy to see if you're even eligible for that. But it's done wonders. It's for soldiers too. They're
Okay.
using it on soldiers with PTSD. But for
That
families, be
man,
patient.
wow.
Be
Okay.
patient. Be patient. If they're gonna have PTSD, they're gonna have flashbacks. They're gonna be scared to walk out the door.
Yeah.
They're taught their whole life about wherever they're in it. They're taught we're bad. We're bad people.
Hmm.
In fact, I don't want to say it and get anybody in trouble, but the letters W and the letter O and the letter G, that's what they call anybody that's not a Scientologist. So that world is, and it's, from what I've been told, it means one thing and it's racist on another. And I don't really know. I really don't know. They don't know that it's bad word. It's bad.
Wow.
They still come out and say that word world because that's all they're taught. That's what L. Ron Hubbard taught, and they never divert from the teachings of L. Ron Hubbard. So just be patient with them. And Scientology is worse than I can never tell you.
Experiences you go into protesting. Yeah. Okay. So now you've transitioned into, you know, with your fields of expertise into the world of protesting. What was that like? The first time you went out and protested against Scientology, give us the rundown of what that day was like for you. The moment you
Okay.
got up, you ate a good breakfast, you
Oh,
got
I was
there.
excited. I was so excited going my very first time. I was so excited. I was like, oh, this is going to be so fun.
Okay.
A bunch of the second gens had came to Austin. And so I went and met them in Austin. And I'm like, because where I live, we only have a mission, a Scientology mission. We don't have an org, which is their big one.
Okay.
So, and their mission, they're only open at night, and I won't go. I would never even go to that part of town during the day, much less at night. You know, no.
Yeah, right.
So yeah,
right.
So, not even on a good day. So,
right.
But I was so excited. I actually got there.
Okay.
Everybody from California that was there wanted Buc-ee's. So I stopped and spent $300 at Buc-ee's getting them all kinds of things before I got
Okay.
Just excited to see them. I mean, I live 6 miles from one ex-Scientologist. I live 45 minutes from another one. I mean, we're friends. Yep. Yeah. But these are the ones I never got to meet yet that, you know, have their channels are all on YouTube. And I'm like, oh, wow. I mean, we've just become so close online. It's really neat to be able to. So I'm so excited. Get up. Met him that night. We went to dinner. That was some of the pictures I sent you. That night, it was really nothing going on. You know, it's funny. You can shut down an entire Scientology org with this right here. They see a cell phone come out. They see a cell phone come out. Blinds are shut. We call it blind tech. Blinds are shut. Doors locked. And that's it. You can shut down an entire day. The phone does it. You can shut down the door.
That is priceless.
That's all it takes. Just I'm talking. Yep, that's Laura, and that's Alicia. She's Laura's Laura FM. Alicia is from Degraded Daughter. That's her channel. We were eating that night. See her.
Wow. Okay.
Laura, she blings her
shirt.
Her
Proud SP.
Proud SP. Suppressive person.
I see.
Yep. Yes, we were.
And I see the other one that says, "What is that? Save ERR? What does that say?"
I don't know what Alicia had on there. I don't know what she had on there.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. She's so funny. I should have sent you the video.
So you guys, you all went out to this fantastic restaurant.
Yeah, we did.
Enjoyed this great meal.
That's
and then
she's so
okay. Funny. So what happens after the meal? You guys
after the meal, we went back to the house. I went to the hotel, which we were like, and that's Liz Ferris. She had her channel, but she's off now. She's went to school to become a psychologist. Okay. Yes, that she's. Oh, wow. Save Bob Ferris. That's what they have on their shirts because her dad is still in, and she didn't know her dad was alive for 20 years. Save Bob Ferris. Yes, that's what it is. Save Bob Ferris. Yes, because Liz didn't know her dad was still alive for 20 years until Scientology called her asking for her to pay his bill. And she was like, my dad's been dead for 20 years. Oh, because he wasn't dead though, but she was told he was dead. He has gotten Alzheimer's. So she got in touch with the Aftermath Foundation. They all helped her. They were like, no, your dad's not dead, Liz. So she's still on a mission to get her dad out. And even though he's got Alzheimer's now, so when she does get a chance to even walk, if they let her walk up to him, he doesn't remember who she is. So,
oh dear Lord, are you serious, man?
So save Bob Ferris.
Oh my God.
Okay, and that
makes sense.
Oh my God. Yeah, look at. I mean, the Laura FM is
safe
just
person.
She's the proudest. You see her pants?
Safe person. I see. Yeah. So these are you guys went out. I see some writing on the sidewalk. Tell us what this is.
That's called chalk.
Okay.
And we buckets of chalk because see in the cities you can't get in trouble for writing with chalk. You can't spray paint because it's permanent. So we all got this bright, wonderful idea, and now it's spread. It's everywhere. Laura, you can see her out there. Jenna goes out when she's going to flag at Clearwater. She drew a big FU finger out there. I'm talking about
I saw all the photos that downloaded.
So that
Oh,
one's kids cannot consent. I wrote that one. That was my
okay.
contribution. Hashtag kids cannot consent. Cult.
Consent,
We
right?
put elder abuse. I witnessed that
Okay.
firsthand, but I'm fixing to get to that.
Oh yes. Go ahead. Go
So when
ahead.
we got there, they weren't open yet.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're doing chalk tech everywhere, like, because they put these orgs, that's right across the street from UT, University of Texas. Like literally just
Really?
you take 3 steps across that street and you're on University of Texas property. They do this on purpose
To
because they're
recruit
trying to
them
get the
college
recruit
kids.
the kids. Well, trust me, those kids all know it's a cult. We make sure of it. They're
Oh
out there
God.
every night,
Yeah.
every day. There's no, you ask them,
Wow.
what is that? Oh, it's a cult. So it's doing
Right.
good.
Right.
It's
Right.
doing good.
Okay. Good.
It is making a difference. People getting out, speaking out. But while I was there,
Okay.
we're all doing our own thing. We had some that are screamers, every time the door
Okay.
opened, don't go, you child trafficking call. I mean, everybody has their own way to protest. That was not comfortable to me because if you're trying to keep somebody from going in there, don't scream out.
Right. Right.
That's me though. That
Right.
doesn't mean that's for everybody. That was my personal. I did chalk tech and I tried to talk to people. Well,
Okay.
they sent 2 Scientologists out to sit on the bench right beside us and try to tell us how wrong we were. Don't we fit? Wait, no. First one guy asked me, "Who's paying you?" And wait, "Who's paying you?" And
What?
how much are they paying you? And you don't care. I said, first of all, buddy, nobody's paying me. I said, I did this on my own time. I said, and second of all, if I didn't care, I wouldn't have just spent all the money I did to make it here.
Okay.
That was the only words I
What
got
the
back for saying the
world?
door in my
I just
face.
have to. So when you're out there, you have, and I just want to make sure, Craig, yes, I do have this stream in landscape mode. So you'll have to close out on this and then go to my channel. You'll see 2 live streams going. It's the vertical and then the horizontal. So it's just click on the other one. Right now you're in the one that's the vertical. So just hope that answer your question. But
Yeah.
you're sitting out there, and the first thing they think to ask you is who's paying you.
Who's paying me and telling me that I don't care. And those 2, they do that though because they find your point. They find your ruin. That's what it's called. They find your ruin.
Okay.
Well,
but
they hit mine pretty quick because telling me I don't care pretty much did it. So then I started screaming.
You can't expect someone to just think that they're being paid. No one wants people to join a cult because we simply understand how dangerous it is.
A cult. They don't think they're a cult. We are the bad guys. So, and I started thinking that. I'm like, I got to find a different approach here. Just to make a difference. Sorry. Just to make a difference, I've got to find a different approach because the reason being screaming at them it's just telling them that they've been taught right. We're a bunch of nutcases.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I sat down and regrouped after this man that changed clothes 3 times in and out of the org was stalking me. And I had my live going on my personal channel just with my mods because you always want a camera on you. Always, I don't care that my friends are out there. You still don't ever want to be without proof because what is it called? LeBron James you. They walk right in front of you. That's what they do. That's what they call it. It's in their tech. They LeBron James you.
You can't make this up.
No, they walk in front of you and they'll stop. So you accidentally bump into them and they flop out on the street. And that's what they call it. They LeBron James you. And I'm sorry, I'm not offending anybody. That's literally what they call it.
That's an actual concept for them.
That is an actual concept. That's part of what they do. That's part
LeBron
of what they
should
do.
sue them for using his name.
That he should. He really should. Because they call it LeBron James.
I'm suing you all.
He should.
This is madness. So they walk out, they throw them. I mean, if you
they'll stand there, they'll walk
even
right
if you're recording, they'll just stand out and then
because they got twice as many cameras as I've got or anyone else has got. I had I had a 360 cam, and that's why I knew Mr. Creepy Guy changed clothes 3 times. He was the same one. He went across the street. He went to the back, went back in. I watched him. I mean, I watched all this, and I had a friend of mine videoing down where their alley was, and he was going in there and coming out with a different shirt. He was trying to find my car. I'm not that stupid, you idiots. I'm not going to bring my car to a protest.
Exactly.
I Ubered over. So, yeah, I'm not that stupid. But
oh my God.
Yeah.
The things that they do is so rude. It's so childish. Let me bump into you so I can fall out. Let me go look for your car.
They file assault charges on you. They don't like cops.
So
you're not allowed to call the cops. Oh, of course, you're not allowed to call the cops in Scientology. It don't matter if it's SA. It doesn't matter if it's any kind of crime. It does, like in our world, if you contact the authorities, they either kidnap you, they lock you in rooms until they change your mind, or you go to auditing. I'm talking, yeah. If you read Gemma's book, oh no, you can't. Blown for Good, Scientology. Yeah, yes, I did send you I think a long picture of the Austin, where I took a picture, just said Austin Scientology. It's the Austin.
Yes, they do target college.
They're right across the street from University of Texas. Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
And so here is where during the protests, this is just one of the weekends, there was an elderly lady, and they have body routers. That's what they're called, body routers. They rush out if you're protesting in front of or they rush out to get whoever's coming in without you having any contact with them. But there was this sweet little lady that was on a rollator walker, and she was coming up the curb. And I sit there and watch that body router stand at the door. She was so old and elderly, barely could walk. And he's just standing there at the door. All he's wanting to do is open it and shut it. I walked over to her to help her up onto the thing. Boy, now comes 3 body routers. One to get me back and the other 2 to get her in as fast as they could. I'm like, oh, now you care? I watched her struggle for 5 minutes. Yes. They don't, because you're not elderly, you're not a baby, you're not a child, you're not an adult, you're just you're this spirit, and you're in different bodies. So there's no children in Scientology. There's no children in Scientology. It's an adult being in a child's body.
That is like the horrible recipe for predator land.
Thank you. And thus hashtag
because
no more kids in Scientology, and kids cannot consent. But you cannot call the police. But that they will be the first ones if they think they can, because L. Ron Hubbard says, do whatever you have to do to destroy utterly. If someone's talking against Scientology, lie, cheat, steal, it doesn't matter. Whatever you have to do to destroy them utterly.
So if the police do show up, do they have their own? Did they use this paramilitary force that they have, or what? Do they have their own police, or how does this go?
Oh no, they'll call they call the Austin police, and then they'll go and take them inside, because they safe point some of them, which like they do in LA all the time. LA, the Hollywood division, all safe pointed by Scientology. Don't ask me how, but they are. I mean, I don't know. When you catch an LAPD singing at a cult's Christmas special that don't even believe in Christ in the org, that's kind of a conflict of interest, I would think. But because they are a child trafficking cult and an elder abuse cult and everything else, and it's just like they take your money. It's all fraud. It's all, but they do some evil things, and OSA. And hello, OSA again. So OSA, they don't usually mess with never ends. There's some, if they're really loud, they'll send people after you, send people to do that. They try to get more fair game than ex-Scientologists that left. But unfortunately, I
Wow.
was one of the lucky ones that they chose to pick on. Okay.
So tell us about exactly what the repercussions are. You get in their crosshairs, you protested. I want to know everything possible that they could do as a part of retaliation because, it's got to be the whiniest thing to do. Oh,
They
words. I
don't
don't like
change
you
it up either.
protested, but
They don't change it up either. So, okay.
what did it do? Give us the rundown.
Okay, I'm gonna make you the first one. I'll make you laugh. They turned my Facebook account French, and I don't speak French.
Oh,
I don't
Sherman,
speak French. Now
we
I had to get on my stupid phone and get AI to tell me I had to do the translator to tell me just to find where my button was to turn it back to English. I was
you can make this up.
no, you can't.
Turn your page French.
My other half was in here. I said, "Baby, what do I do?" He goes, "I don't know what the hell you're going to do." He's like, "I don't speak that language either."
Bonjour.
Oh, I mean, I took French in high
Cher,
school, but that was a long time ago.
Is that it? Is that maybe that's why? So? How about the fact that of course, is
They
it a
hacked my bank
coincidence that they
account.
did it because they knew that you took French in high school? How far back
Oh
did they
no,
go
they
when
just did it
you
just
talk
to.
about them hacking into your life?
They just want to. They do some things they do, and I'm gonna forget the term since I haven't been in that world in a very long time. A year and a half is a very long time when you're in there for you know. Um, oh,
Right.
Scientology, yeah, it's all over LA, and
Oh yeah.
Clearwater. Um,
Yep.
the Big Blue building, yeah,
Uh huh.
that's
Yep.
where all the Sea Org live in LA. Yeah, but so they, I don't know why they did it, but they have different levels. One is just to annoy you, to let you know they're
Okay.
there.
Okay.
It's a quiet nuisance. Then you don't listen, they make it a loud nuisance. And then if you don't
Wow.
listen, you're fair gamed. So it's kind of
So
like they
they
give you
go
these
into
little
your
warnings.
account.
Okay, so yeah, my bank cards got hacked. And this is not that it was this is no, I have a friend who is an ex-Scientologist, and his paranoia is our superpower. He has all the
Okay.
technology to trace any IP address, to trace any numbers that are spoofed. And I use him, or used to use him quite often to help me because, like, okay, so that
Right.
was one thing. They hacked my bank account cards. I got that fixed easy, and they didn't take out enough to get them in trouble, just enough to let me know they were there.
But it's
And I
like
mean,
it's still stealing. So they don't believe that laws
no,
should
that's not
apply
a
to them.
crime. No, they don't. That's not a crime to them. If you're speaking out against Scientology, destroy utterly. Whatever you have to do, lie, cheat, steal, kill, doesn't matter. Destroy them utterly, and they cannot waver from that. That is in L. Ron Hubbard's teachings.
So it goes against our laws of the land, though. They don't care about the rule of
They
law.
don't care about our laws of the land.
They don't care
No,
about
you're
that.
not
No.
allowed
Why
to
are they here in the
call
U.S.? Why not
because
go and
L.
start your
Ron
own
Hubbard
country? Like
couldn't go
pull a Jim
anywhere
Jones.
else. He couldn't go anywhere else because he owed taxes everywhere. He was on the sea for so long that he pulled into freaking Clearwater, Florida, and they let him stay and let him dock there. And you've seen how fast the cult took over a city.
Oh my god!
And then he went to LA, and thus now there's orgs in Chicago, Portland, Houston, Austin. I'm just about everywhere. I mean, Washington, Nashville. I've been,
Mm-mm-mm.
talk about Candace. I've been to the one in Nashville because I go to Nashville every year. And
I'm just waiting on her to
not
say
much
she
going on
joined.
at that org when I was there. It was all gated off. There wasn't even a soul I could see. I was like, was in the Uber. I was like,
Wow.
stop. I made him stop. Got out.
So they since
Nobody
they
there.
have this creed to just kill, steal, and destroy, like Satan. Um,
Yes.
the kidnapping. Talk about that. And do you
That's for the
believe that?
ones. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you believe that the Shelly Miscavige?
She's not missing.
Do you believe she? Do you think she's alive?
Yes. There's been, oh yes, there's been verified. Yeah, she was at her dad's funeral not long ago. She's not
Was
missing.
she out in public?
She was out in public. Nobody,
So she's
the
been photographed in public.
Scientologists. Yes, she's the. I think it's is it Hermit, California, or Hemet, California, at their secret base there, where they have all of L. Ron Hubbard's teachings engraved on platinum pieces of, or big pieces of platinum metal. So, and they're buried deep in a cave in case of atomic bombs and all the and nuclear bombs. It'll survive. His teachings will survive. So they etch every word of his teaching in platinum on platinum plates, and they store them underground in caves. And that's where she's at.
What?
Mm-hmm.
She's underground.
No, that they store them in the caves underground. She's just on that base. That's where she's a dedicated Scientologist. She wouldn't
so
leave.
She wants to be there.
She wants to be there. She's been there since L. Ron Hubbard was alive. She was one of his the messengers, the Seor messengers. So yeah.
So has anyone seen a photo of her out in public?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes, they have PIs on her. They've had PIs looking for her, and she was at her dad's funeral. They have pictures of her. She's not missing. Mm-hmm.
This is new to me. I was trying to find photos of her.
And there's I've seen two. She's older. She's still got brown hair. She's older looking, but Scientology is not going to let them stay up long, no matter where you look. Good luck with that. I've only seen them because of the people that yeah, she was at
she was at a funeral.
And she was at was it Waffle House or was it AHA? Eating breakfast close to Hemet, California. At Hemet, someone got a picture of her there. There's PIs that are still looking for her, but she's not. They verified she's not missing. She's at the secret base in Hemet, California.
But I mean, okay, so what I'm saying is, no. I'm asking. What I've seen is that I just pulled it up that he passed away in 2007. It's 2026. So the issue is she hasn't been seen in quite some time in the public eye.
Yeah,
no
I don't know how long
it's been on her.
But there's a picture of her. She was at I'm not.
That was back in 2007.
Right. There's another one that she was out eating at a restaurant.
When was that? What year was that?
I don't know. I'm sorry. It's not been that long ago though. No, I mean, I literally, unless she is out in the past year and a half, she's alive.
Because I think that's the concerning part, is that it's been a number of years since people have been able to lay eyes on her.
Well, you can't get on that base.
I know, but I'm like, why isn't she going out into the public next to her husband? Like, he's out doing photographs and all these things and traveling. Why isn't he with her?
Because their marriage was more. Yes, did you? A YouTuber did get into that camp, crawled over the fence, everything. I saw that.
A YouTuber found in that camp.
He did. And I can't remember his name. But I can't remember.
Really?
Aaron actually showed it on his channel, Growing Up in Scientology. Yes, and I can't remember the guy's name. He did get into him. But she is, she is a dedicated Scientologist to the core. Now, and I can believe that, but I can't say.
Yeah. So she's been seen in the last year and a half.
I know. I said
she's been seen in
the last year and a half. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Because I'm not seeing anything about her being out at a while. I'm not saying she hasn't gone, but I'm not seeing anything about her being out. My whole question is,
won't come out.
What is the last time she has been seen by a member of the public? So far, we're seeing 2007.
Okay, there was a picture of her
19 years.
Now, a year and a half ago. So that's when I saw it, a year and a half ago. I don't know when it was taken, but it wasn't long before that. They saw her at a restaurant, and a PI got a picture of her. And it's on one of the Access channels, and I will text Liz and ask her when it was.
Please send me that. Yeah,
I will.
Okay.
Yes,
because I want to make sure when based on my research, I
Right.
didn't see anything about her being out in public since 2007.
And
So if you have something, yes, email it to me so
I
we
will.
can
No,
set
I'm
that
going
up.
to ask
Yeah.
Liz. I'll ask
Okay.
Liz to, so I make sure exactly the day, but she was at IHOP, Waffle House, or I don't know, one of the restaurants. She was out eating.
Okay.
Yeah, that I know for
Okay.
sure. I
Yeah,
saw
just
the
send us a
picture.
photo. Yeah.
Yeah, I will. I
Okay,
will.
cool.
I just need to find out from Liz when that exact date was. But yeah, everybody thinks
So
she's missing, but she's not missing. She's at that base in Hemet.
yeah, I just think that's the thing. Is like we just want to make sure she's okay and alive
That's
because
what Leah
that's
Remini did. Leah Remini filed the police
yeah.
report. They took her
Yeah, she did
fingerprints.
missing persons.
Yeah, she did a missing persons on her.
So do you talked about the kids, the one of the kids that they brought in from Mexico. You know,
Search.
how often do they bring in these children
That's
from other
it
countries
is.
like this?
That
It's
a
every
lot.
days,
I don't know. I don't know. I just said there's a lot of children that are trafficked
mhm,
through Scientology. A lot
goodness.
from Australia, from Mexico, from England, from Germany, from anywhere there's big orgs. They bring them over here to do courses, and then they
Mhm.
take their passports, their visas, whatever they have, and their IDs, their birth certificates, and they are locked away. They're not allowed to make any phone calls, receive any phone calls. They can't get an email that's not already opened and read. And if it's something shedding a bad light on Scientology, they don't get it. Anything they write
Wow.
that's mailed out, it's read. Everything is monitored 24 hours a day. I mean, this cult has
Unbelievable.
razor wired fences to keep people in. Who has razor wired fences to keep people out
Yeah.
normally, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And prisons to keep people in from getting out,
Yeah,
but that's
there you
it.
go.
It you you're talking about a prison like system
Oh,
with these
worse.
kids.
I mean, they're having to do this
Oh my
auditing.
god.
And in Jenna's book, she explains how, and I told you Jenkula that day for a reason we call her Jenkula.
Uh-huh.
They also had her in there telling her she was going to leave because her mom and dad was declared SPs and they were sent off to Mexico. And she could go quietly and not cause any bad PR for, for Scientology because of her being David Miscavige's niece, and that was David Miscavige's brother that they declared an SP and his wife. Well,
Mhm.
so Jenna didn't want to leave. She had been raised by her parents. I mean, she was at the ranch with Laura and all them, and that just
Mhm.
so they were trying to tell her she was going to leave, and they were trying to jerk her out of the room. And she wanted. This was like, I think she was 16. She bit them so she could stay in. She was so scared of the outside world.
Oh my
She bit
god.
them. So we were picking on her, calling her Jinkula.
Oh my goodness. Oh no. So when
Yeah.
so when they because my concern is, what is the government doing about this? If
They
why do you
know.
think the government is afraid of them? Why are
You
they
know
too
that
afraid to
Scientology,
investigate?
the largest infiltration of the American government in every aspect was done by Scientology. Look up Operation Snow White. See what they did.
Oh dear Lord.
And L. Ron Hubbard, they were all indicted, and L. Ron Hubbard never got caught because his wife took the fall, Mary, and she went and served the prison sentence. Yes,
So
and then so they had their tax exempt. They had it taken away. Then
mm,
they actually fair games. They didn't attack the IRS all. They attacked each individual agent. Destroy utterly. Lie, cheat, steal, put up all this fake stuff about them online, mess with their families, mess with their jobs, tell their neighborhoods their PDFs. I mean, anything they can do to ruin your life utterly. Well, they finally gave in. They had enough of the attack on each individual IRS agent. And David Miscavige and them, Mike Render, they all went.
mhm.
They all went, and if you can pull up, the war is the war we won. The war is won, or the war is over. It's on Scientology, one of their YouTube channels. But but it's the war is over.
Okay.
We won. They got their tax exempt back because they did just what L. Ron Hubbard's tech says to do. It's always follow the tech. Mike Render and
You
a
can't
lot
make
of
this
other
up.
people
It's
that I know,
bullying.
Mike Render was the head of OSA. He got for years and years and years and years and years. Well, he got out. And when he got out, he went straight to the FBI. He told them everything. They know everything. He had files. Now, I'm not going to get into the drama with it. There's things more he could have told
Okay.
them, but before he passed away, it's
Mm-hmm.
been a little over a year ago from cancer. Um, he tried to make things as right as he could. He still has a family that's here, and there's things that I'm going to say he should have said more about.
Mm-hmm.
But I also had, and me being an empath, I understand that caring about somebody that he still
Right.
has young kids and a wife that's out of Scientology, and he still has two kids in Scientology. So I understand why he didn't release
Mm-hmm.
everything he could have, because I'm sure he was warned, and he was head of OSA. He knows what would happen to his family if he would have said anything and then died. He wasn't going to be there to protect them. So
Wow.
there's a lot of bad feelings from some of the younger second gens. Mike was a second gen,
Mm-hmm.
but that's the older generation that got out first, and then you have the younger generation
Okay.
that got out. But that's a whole deal in itself. Mike tried to do the things he could do to make it right. In fact, the Aftermath
Mm-hmm.
Foundation has been changed to the Mike Render Aftermath Foundation now.
Okay. Okay.
They
And I mean, I'm looking at some of the information I just pulled up on Operation Snow White, and
they infiltrated the
I mean,
heck out of the
it's just
FBI.
you can't make this up. They went
Nope.
in with, purging records, infiltration, theft, wiretapping, use of false identities into various federal agencies. And
The
the worst
largest
part is,
infiltration of the
I mean,
American government
yes,
ever.
by a non-entity state. You can't make this up. And all to be able to get a tax exempt status.
Hmm. Billions and
And they,
billions, and they would have had to pay back so many billions of dollars. They would have been bankrupt if they wouldn't have gotten that tax exempt. So they did exactly what the text said: attack, attack,
so they
attack,
just
never
bullied
defend.
their way through this. And
Yeah,
now they can't stop bullying their way through this. And
no,
now
they
we
won't.
have a government that
The
will not
tech
grow a
won't
spine.
change. The tech won't change. The FBI knows. There's still people that I know to this day that not even 6 months ago just went to the FBI with more information. Nothing is being done. So all they're doing
Wow.
is they just keep on and they keep on and they keep on, and that's all we can do is make our voices heard. They come after me. It
Wow.
affected my work. They hacked my phone. They called my phone, tried to scare my employees. That kind of stuff, when it starts affecting my work, because we work with, psychiatric patients,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of stepped back. They don't scare me because, like I said, I wasn't raised to be scared of us. I'm raised to not let, I don't want the devil anywhere around me. Well, anybody that's in Scientology or has come out of it, that's like they're afraid of OSA, OSA, or, like
Mm-hmm.
we are the devil. Like the devil can do bad things. OSA
Jeez.
does bad things.
This
Yeah.
is
So
and
they've
they're
hacked
breaking
my
whole laws.
navigation. Oh, they break a lot. They break a law every day, but to them, it's not. You don't call the actual law enforcement unless it's gonna be for them, like LeBron James and themselves, or if
You
it's
can't
gonna
make
do them
this
to
up.
get an SP arrested. And they will lie to the police. They safe point the police.
Yeah, I'm sure. If they will break laws and kill and assault people, I'm sure they'll lie to the police. That they'll lie to law
Fines
enforcement. They'll lie to investigators.
see. Let me see. Blown for Good is Mark's channel. Mark and
Mm-hmm.
Blown for Good. It's not. He has. They have a book, and it
You
explains
said
on there. Blown for Good.
gone for
Blown.
gone for blown.
BLOWN. Blown.
Okay,
When you
blown for blown.
blow, it's called. When you escape, you blow. That's what it's called.
And this is by what's the author? This is a
Mark
book,
Headley.
right?
Mark Headley.
Mark.
MARC Headley. Blown for Good.
I'm gonna stick it in the chat.
He wouldn't have
Oh,
made it out
MARC. I'm
alive.
sorry. So
Yeah.
it's MARC. Okay.
He's part of the Aftermath Foundation, and his wife is the president of the Aftermath Foundation. So,
Oh my God.
but yeah,
Not
he
to,
has a
put out
channel too.
ideas here, but how about there be some sort of organization that, like a ragtag team of people that can also hack into things that, like anonymous or something to that extent,
Anonymous
and
was the
they do whatever they do and go after Scientology. It's,
everything is
why
written.
let them be dominant? Yeah.
Written in Scientology. Everything done. Mark's channel is also called Blown for Good. That's another good channel to get some information on Scientology. He does a lot of videos, but his book shows he wouldn't have made it out alive if it wouldn't have been for the police sheriff that they were trying to kidnap him to bring him back, and the sheriff's department actually saw a car hit his motorcycle and knock him off of it. That saved his life and got him out. And then he went back and got his wife out. But
Wow.
oh yeah, you can't make it up. It's for real. But this stuff is all for real. But there's Anonymous was the biggest thing that happened that actually started waking people up. Mark Bunker is in Florida. He's done so much good. He's never been in, but he was a city councilman, and he's running for mayor actually right now of Clearwater to try to get something done. But, Mark Bunker, Anonymous made a lot of people wake up. Tori Magoo, Tori Chrisman, she's got her own channel. She was in for 30 years and she got out in 2000. So she's been out for 26 years. Yes. And she's like, I don't want to hear. I love Tori. She's got her own channel at night. She's so
right.
Her dad was a major league football player, major in the NFL. Yeah. But so and she has seizures, and they wouldn't give her seizure medicine when she was in there.
Are you kidding me?
They don't believe in any of that. Queen Tori,
Even
that's
if
right.
it means somebody in death. Goodness.
But they don't
Queen
die.
Tori is one of my favorites. I see you share.
I have a video, an interview with her on my channel. I don't know if I sent it to you or not. I probably did. But yeah, with Tori. Yeah. She'll tell you that everybody always says, oh, you got to escape. She's like, no, the easiest way out of Scientology is not go through it. It's the next door down. Walk out. She don't play. You don't play with her.
So do you think that any group, any of these, groups will come together and to be able to just start taking down Scientology bit by bit, infiltrating the same thing they tried to do with Operation Snow White? Is it possible to do to, Scientology? Because there are more of us than there are of them. It's
possible,
literally.
but they are a cult that I'm going to be honest with you. We've been protesting for years and made it. They call into the LA City Council meetings every single week. They've been to the FBI so many times with proof. Nothing is done. I mean, there's multiple lawsuits out, against Scientology, but they do everything they can do. They've never won a jury trial. They've never won. I mean, they've won Ken Moxon, his own daughter unalived herself because she wanted out of there, and he didn't care. He's still the attorney for them, I mean, when you just don't, because that's not really his daughter. She just left her body and picked another one.
That is the part most of these cult members don't fear the aspect of death. They've been programmed to believe that they don't die. So the fear of death, it just kind of escapes their mind. And even with that, I mean, and when I say infiltrate, I'm not talking about using the FBI to do it. No, I mean some of these ragtag groups that will have to operate off the books because that's how they do. So maybe matching their energy is the way to do it. However they do it, we're okay. Well, let's get 20,000 people, 40,000 people to outnumber them and give them back the same energy they're throwing out. There are more people on earth that know how to hack into some systems that aren't in Scientology. So where's that group at? And how do we sign up for
Everything
that
is
one?
just so bad. It's written. They write it all.
Right.
They have
Mm-hmm.
shredders, but everything is written. Everything
Mm-hmm.
is written. All audit sessions, all
Mm-hmm.
counseling sessions, things like that. I don't know the answer to that. I know that
Mm-hmm.
when they come after me pretty hard, I didn't get scared and run. Please know that. I just, after
Yeah.
years, I'm such an empath that it wasn't just the excess pain that I mean, I was taking on all that pain, and
Yeah.
it was more than I could bear for my own mental health. And I started my channel too, and I've had so many ex-Scientologists come in there just for peer support, and to
Yeah.
come on to do interviews and things like that, just to let their
Okay.
voice heard. Their voice, they need to be heard.
Yeah.
And when they feel like
Absolutely.
that their whole family turns on them because they've been disconnected from, because you're either if you're trying to leave Scientology, you have to disconnect from anybody and any of your family and friends you've always known. What do you
Yeah.
do?
Yes. Yeah. That's the hardest part, is that disconnect, and that's in every cult. You see
And
this isolation, this forced isolation, where you have to cut
the bite
everyone off
model,
because they want you. Yeah, they
the
want you to
bite
be
model.
dependent and relying on them. Absolutely. And that's one of the best things about having these platforms, is to be able to allow people to come up and have their voice, like you said, so that more people can hear about these experiences and see how very real this cult is. And that leads me to the next question. um you know Candace Owens, right? Yeah, because she's a thing, makes this comment about how it would be impossible for Scientology to take over.
I think
What are
Liz
your thoughts
Gale
on that?
covered that. I think Liz Gale covered that.
I want to hear your thoughts on this. I want you
I,
to.
Me and
Yeah.
that redhead are really good friends, and let me tell you something: we think just alike. But as I heard last night, Baroness
Uh-huh.
Farmer. Okay, I got to start yes.
Ah, Rosa, she went in.
She went hard.
Y'all, Rosa, Baroness Farmer.
That's the color Baroness Farmer.
Did she say she would whoop her butt once upon a time? She said,
Yes,
if I ever
she
see her, I'm
did.
kicking her ass.
I'm kicking her ass.
Oh, Candace, you might want to hide, girl.
I'm
I'm
telling you.
wondering when she's going to join Scientology. She's just like a cult leader. Oh, my
Okay,
God.
so they safe pointed Candace and John. I mean, John Mappin has
I'm
safe pointed
sure.
Candace.
Yeah,
That
yeah, John
they,
Mappin.
yeah, they've safe pointed Candace. Why? Well, let's see. Who's Candace married to? What do they
Yeah,
see? Their
exactly.
top thing is money, 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 money,
Yep,
money, money. Okay,
yep.
Candace has never said a bad thing about Scientology, so she's not an SP. She's not a suppressive person. Okay, um,
Mm-mm.
they safe point people in different. I mean, every area, every aspect that they can. They're. I mean, it's really true. I believe, in my opinion, they have safe point, and
Okay.
I'm sure I'm going to get the blowback, but I don't care. They've safe
It's your
pointed
opinion.
Candace. That's right. It's my opinion.
Right.
They've safe pointed Candace so that they have total control over. She will never talk against Scientology. That's why she doesn't say anything about John Mappin, and she will never say anything about
Wow.
Scientology. But she hates PDFs and wants to call them out so bad. Why don't she look at her friend John Mappin?
Thank you.
And why don't
They
she
got
look at the
kids here.
cult? And why don't you look at the cult, what it does to kids?
Right. Since you care about children. Oh, we don't want PDFers and, Epstein's. Okay. But let's not forget about the Catholic priests that have done this. Let's
They
not forget about this cult that you're sitting in front of that have no quarrels at all. No,
they've safe pointed her. I
it's
mean,
like they're bringing in children from other countries. What do you mean? You don't
yep,
like PDFers? It's one in front of you. You can't make this up.
no, and it's
But
real. It's real, and
the
nobody
this
these
is
second
so
gens are
horrible.
shrewd. screaming for somebody to help them, help get
Right.
retribution, justice. They call it justice. They just want accountability.
Right. Exactly. And that's
They
it.
don't get it. They don't
And
get
they
it.
and
And
they you get people like her say they can never take over. With that
that's
mentality,
bull
though, when you
crap.
have it's so ridiculous. How do you what do you mean they're taking over Florida bit by bit? They're
Did you
gonna
see it?
start
You saw
taking
that
over LA
interactive
bit
map?
by bit.
Yeah. Now they're in
Yeah.
LA. The only thing
Yeah.
that is helping right now is
Hmm.
the protesting. It's not going to get anybody out. Protesting, and I asked one of the ex-Scientologists that I used to mod for and was really close friends with for a while. Um,
Hmm.
she says, I said, is it effective? She said, getting people out, no. Keeping people from going in, very.
Oh God.
So, and
Mm.
film the police LA, and he's in LA. Will he
Hmm.
shut down their testing center for a year. One man with a cell phone.
Wow.
He, I don't
Good.
his other channel is Scientology, but his name's Streets LA. They call him Streets
Okay.
LA.
Is it
You know what I'm talking
street
about?
art? Okay.
But
I
his
think
one of
I've
his
seen.
Will, he's real tall. He's always wearing his hood Nike stuff, walking around. He does film he does the police auditing on one of his channels. Film the police LA.
Okay.
He's also got Scientology audit. Yeah, thank you.
Scientology. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Streets LA.
I've seen a
He
few
shut
videos in
down.
his channel.
So on for Will, his son was unalived in a shootout with gang members, and his son was great. His son was going to college. His son was just not somebody that should have been victim to that.
Oh my God.
And if
I'm
you ever
sorry.
want to motivate a dad
Mm-hmm.
to shut you
Yep.
down, don't say
Yep.
something about that. Will was he was doing his First Amendment auditing on the police in LA. He stepped up on the sidewalk of the testing center on Hollywood and, oh crap, somebody else can look it up. I can't remember all the stuff in my brain, but
No, it's
it's
okay.
the testing center there, and in a
Mm-hmm.
recruitment center. And one of their security guards come out and told him to get off their sidewalk. And he's like, okay, Will's like 6 something. He's huge, tall, like. And so they told Will, get off the sidewalk. And then they said
Mm-hmm.
something about your son deserved everything that he got. Will turned around
Oh.
and he said, I'll have your cult shut down within a year. And then he just stayed out there warning people. Then Jessica Palmadessa from over at TikTok came over. And they had, before you know it, there was so many people, like I said with this right here, it shut the
Right.
testing and recruitment center down for an entire year. And that was their most place that they
Wow.
had recruitment. So the money they lost, don't mess with the daddy like that. He kept good on his
Yeah.
promise.
Good for
He kept good
him.
on his
Good
promise.
for him. Can you imagine like having some operation like this 24/7? And then if they
This
try to fair game you, you can fair game them right back.
I wish. Now he's good.
Oh
He's
my
good with
goodness.
he's so good with he speaks out at all the city council meetings. Will's
Mm-hmm.
a good man. I mean, he's a good man. And to go through what he's been through and still being out there doing all First Amendment audits and filming all the protests and shutting Scientology down, that's what's going to keep people from entering this cult. Is just keep telling people it's a cult, it's a cult, it's
That's
a
right. It's a
cult, it's
cult.
a cult. I mean, they've
That's
tried to
right.
fair game him, but he's like I was. It's I wasn't born to be scared of Osa.
Yeah.
I was born to be scared of the
It's
devil. I don't want to go to
yeah,
hell.
exactly.
So all the
And
ex-Scientologists, they're scared of Osa. So that some won't ever speak out.
it's
And
crazy. The
and
stalking and
the,
the
those
hacking and
the Latino people though, the ones that they traffic in that don't know, that don't have us out there protesting, they bring them
mhm.
in from. I mean, they pretty much own Carousel Island, the ABC, Aruba, Bahamas, and Curacao. Is that how you say
Mhm.
it? I don't want to be like Candace and say it bad.
Caruso? Is it Caruso?
I've heard people call it, but I was supposed to go on a cruise. I don't want to be like Candace, okay? So, however, whatever that island's called.
Yeah, spell it out. Keep it pronounce it.
Yeah, somebody tell me how to do it right. That'll be clipped all over the place in a minute.
Listen, we're not trying to land in Milk Bar's video.
No,
Milk Bar, you gotta forgive us, bro. We don't. We love you, Milk Bar. Please do not video us.
Yeah, please.
Oh my good Lord.
The only place they can do the upper levels, OT8, is out on that ship. And that ship just goes from Aruba to Curacao.
Gotcha.
Whatever it is. Somebody say. I can't.
I got you. Look, I got you. You good.
It looks like it's
as long as we spell it out correctly.
It's spelled one way, but they say it a different way. I'm sure.
I want to say Caruso, but I don't want to listen. Milk Bar, please spare me, man. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced it. Oh, when Milk Bar gets you in a video, you're done.
Oh yeah, I'll be to get in trouble. Let me see if I can.
He gonna put us a timeout for real. No.
The ABC on.
Oh. Okay.
I'm looking because I'm not getting on Milk Bar.
I know, right? We're gonna get Milk Barred, y'all. We listen.
Yeah, we're gonna get Milk Barred.
We're gonna get Milk Barred.
It's
Aruba.
Curacao. Yeah, Curacao. That's how you say it. It's spelled Curacao. But it's Curacao. They call it Curacao.
Okay.
So I did not get Milk Barred. They take that.
That's gonna be. I know he's gonna be here with us on Wednesday. I'm gonna say, man, you out here milk barring people.
Hey, he can't milk bar me. I was about to Curacao. I got it right here.
Once you've been milk barred, that's it.
Yeah, there's no recovery.
That is it. Not at all. Candace, you're so done, girl.
Oh yeah. But back to her.
Oh my goodness.
She's definitely been safe pointed. She's not going to ever say anything about this child trafficking cult. They bring in mostly now places that aren't being protested. Like my friend T, Scientology Down Under is her channel. She protests in Australia. There's a lot of them out there that protest in Australia. There's a lot of SA'd abuse victims that still live in Australia that still won't ever find justice while they were in Scientology, minors and 3 years old. Okay. 3 years old. This happened to them. Yeah, I'm not lying about this cult. This cult is something that I don't know. I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer. Just keep talking and keep. I mean, everything's been reported, and you see where that's gotten.
This man, 3 years old. Can you imagine? Like,
she was 3 years old, and she's been trying to get justice for over 14 years, and by her father. And Scientology knew it, and they're the ones who told her during one of her auditing sessions.
And they did nothing.
No,
because they see these kids as many adults.
She brought it on herself. She pulled it in. She pulled it in.
3.
Oh, she pulled it in. There's no children in Scientology. They're just adults in small bodies. She pulled it in. Something she did.
That is the absolute thoughts of a predator. Like, oh, let me
it's
not
a
see the 6-year-old as a, exactly. It's a brooding playground for predators. Like you.
Why do you think Katie Holmes?
And this is what the government is sitting here trying to protect so ferociously by not infiltrating their behind and fair gaming them right back, as if they could not do that if they wanted to. Seriously,
there are some open FBI investigations. I can't go any farther than that.
I'm sure they are.
There are.
Yeah.
There's I can't really say on it, but
no, I understand. It's fine.
I can't say on it because it's still under investigation and I'm part of it, so I can't really talk on that, but
No, yeah,
about the cyber stalking and the cyberbullying.
right.
Um, the but it's going nowhere. That's how I feel anyway, because
Yeah.
mine is nothing. Mine is nothing, people. Mine is nothing.
And we've seen interviews where others, last week for Scientology Sunday, we watched an interview of an older gentleman in the UK,
Yes, I know who
and
that
he
is.
spoke about people being held basically hostage, and then
In the hole.
yeah, and if
Yeah.
you're asked, you know, hey, are you here against your will? More than likely they're going to say no because they're afraid. I mean, but
Yeah,
uh, you
exactly.
know, I can
Or they're sent back
we
to
can
the
only put
rehabilitation.
out there they're
They're sent back to
capable of,
that rehabilitation program, you know.
right. And do they
So
ever come out? Is my question.
it takes them years and years. They have to run everywhere on the RPF, the rehabilitation program. They have to run everywhere. They
Hmm.
have to wear all black. They only get leftovers of what everybody else is through eating. Um, they could be on the RPF for years and years and years and years and years, and
Good
never
Lord.
they find until they actually break and just find a way to escape. I mean, they've escaped in and trunks of cars. Valerie Haney. I mean, they've there's people that have done everything. Said they were going to the doctor's office and had their family have like a cab wait and just jump in it and get chased everywhere they go. I mean, they follow them to the airports, to the bus stations, and blown
Wow.
for good at Mark and Claire's. That's Mark and Claire's escape from Scientology story. It'll make you go, huh?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Have they
Jenna's story will
I don't
make you
want to
go, huh?
I've heard some of it, and I have, and I have more of her videos we're going to show next week about what she's gone through, and another interview of an ex-Scientologist we're going to check out. Like I said, I would love to have Jenna here on the LLC. I've reached out to her on Instagram, and I would love for her to
She's
sit down and just tell us
so
her.
she's had so much trauma. She's trying to get right, like not
Yeah.
too long ago, just say a few months ago, that she's actually went back into therapy and she's doing really, really good in therapy. She's just trying to get herself
Hmm.
back to herself.
Okay.
Because,
No,
once
that's
you've been in a
understandable.
cult and you come out of a cult,
Yeah.
you know how easy it is to be under a high control relationship or a high control group or a high,
Yeah.
you could fall right back into that so easy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I watched her on Tim Fletcher. Her Tim Fletcher series was so great. It was just so
Hmm.
good that she did a lot. Yes. Yes. Sure. Okay. So
Wow.
the Xenu, no, they do not hear. You ask any Scientologist in the Sea Org, because they don't usually go up the
Hmm.
bridge. Sea Org or in or public, or that's not made it so clear yet, to
Hmm.
go up the bridge. They Until you're at OT3, you don't get told. You don't know what Xenu is. You don't you that word, you don't hear it. And in fact, Scientologists that do OT level 3 and above know not to say that word, because it's going to give you pneumonia, and the person that heard it, they're not ready for it mentally. So if they're not on that level and you say that, you're going to give them pneumonia and they're going to die too. And this is what they
So,
truly believe.
so the slave labor, that's what I'm seeing here. They
Do
take
you have a
if you're taking kids out of their families, taking them from their countries.
Mhm.
I mean,
The parents are
these
doing
kids are
this
just
too.
lost in the system.
Yeah. Laura, okay, so do you see that beautiful, big, huge Scientology blue building in California, in Los Angeles? That road is made with bricks right in front of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Laura FM laid those bricks at 6 years old because she
Are
was
you
at the
here?
ranch. Huh? No, she seriously, she was 6 years
At
old. She was
6
at the
years old?
ranch. They do hard labor at, yes. All now they've done away with the ranch and all that because all these they've spoken out so much, but at that ranch, the kids do hard labor. That was their special project to get away from the ranch. Those kids, Laura, the cop that was really, really upset because
Mm-hmm.
Laura was screaming and hollering, and they were protesting during one of the Scientology events. And he was like, "What
Mm-hmm.
is wrong with her?" And Tori said, "Come here, let me tell you, she's got a way of talking to people. She
Mm-hmm.
and she's on every night. She's 76, 75, 76 now. I think she's just amazing.
Wow.
She
Wow.
but she's on TikTok, blowing up TikTok. Uh,
Wow.
but so let me put it this way: they took all the kids to get them out of the ranch. Let's go on a field trip.
Mm-hmm.
So they asked, why is she so upset and screaming? And Tori told one of the police officers to come there. She said, "Why don't you go a little easy on her? Do you see every brick on this road? How it's so perfect?" She was 6 years old when she laid those bricks. Might want to ease up on her a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable. And they get away with it because they're
They get
above
away
the
with
rule
it.
of law.
They get away with it. That's
Yet
Serge
this is a
Delmar will just and Jamie Mustard. I mean, I'm not trying to make it say anybody's is worse than anybody. I love all of them the same, and they've all been through their own special kind of hell, and they're all still living their own
mm-mm-mm.
special kind of hell. But man, I
Mm-hmm.
interviewed Serge, and I was crying when I got through. But I did ask him that one question, Serge. You were raised
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was trafficked, like I said, from Mexico. His grandparents and his parents just gave him over to the Austin, Texas Lord Scientology. And
Mm-hmm.
and when he was 5 years old, and the things that they done to him. But
Oh my
he
God.
when he got out as an adult, he said, "I ran." I said, "What made you go?" I said, "Where's the first place you went?" He said, "Straight to a psychiatrist's office." I said,
Yeah.
"But what? How did you do that, Serge?" I said, "Because you're taught to be deathly afraid of them." He said, "I had been living
Mm-hmm.
in hell my entire life, and when I started running, he said, I don't think it could have got any worse than what I was running out of, so I run straight to it." That's sad.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's then. That's the first, and that's in from any cult, the first thing that needs to happen is a mental reset. I've never heard of the medical procedures with the medication, but they definitely, should go to get some psychiatric help. And I don't blame Jenna for getting mental health treatment. It's important. Mental
They
health is
all
just as
need,
important as your
yes,
physical health. So you got to get it, and that kind of helps to dictate how you view life, how you live your life, the decisions that you make. If your mental health is out of whack, you could be the most physical fit person in the world, but mental health leads to a lot more, consequences. You lack of sleeping, you stop eating, or you
they have
eat too much.
PTSD for
All these things that, yeah,
sure.
they have PTSD. I mean,
Program, they got to
nothing beats
deprogram.
having. Yes, exactly. And it helps to restore that peace of mind that they deserve. No one deserves to have to go through this. No one deserves to be mistreated, to be pulled into what sounds like slave labor. Like
It
no
is
one
slave labor.
deserves.
They make
Children being
$47
trafficked.
a week. They make
It's
$47 a week. Now that's
ridiculous.
that. They less if you're a child, but as an adult, you work 110 hours a week and you make $47 a week.
And no one sees is the government is so afraid of them, like we don't have an army. We have full whole militaries, and somehow they're afraid of
Until they're
Scientology.
not deemed a damn religion or nonprofit tax exempt religion, they're not going to do anything. So
Ugh.
that's what we've got certain people working on right now trying to get. But something happened when David Miscavige won the war. The war is over. There's a big old video about it. The war is over. We got our 501, our tax exempt. Okay, well, good for them. Because guess what? Whatever they did, there was a contract signed. And I don't know how legal this is. I've never seen it. Heard Mike Render tell about it, and he was head of OSA, so I tend to believe him. And he was there. But there was a contract signed between the Church of Scientology, well, the cult of Scientology, and the IRS that they wouldn't. I don't know how if told that they would not get their tax exempt taken away again. That's from Mike Render's own mouth. Now I don't know what but it cannot be legal.
It can't be because
it can't be legal because if I don't file my tax returns for 3 straight years, I don't do what my mission statement says on my 501c3. You know, I've pulled tax returns on them. I've pulled from every LLC, every 501, everything from Clearwater to Los Angeles. I've pulled all their tax. It's sure is funny. One person's name on the bottom of every tax return with the same damn address, no matter what state it's in, and it's one person's name. Really, a multi-billion-dollar cult's got one. I'm supposed to go to that one person because I'm allowed to look at their books if I walk in and say I want to look at them. If you're a nonprofit, that's right. You have to show your books. Try that with them. That will never happen. Nope.
And our entire U.S. government is like, oh, we're not gonna touch them because we made them sign something and we said okay. Are you kidding? Can we all just claim to be the church or something? I could be the Church of Lady Luck Club and never pay taxes again. Because that's what I'm getting out of this. That's what I'm hearing. You can be the church of Keilah McDonald and you never have to pay taxes again.
And the thing is, they're not a church. They're not a church. The only reason L. Ron Hubbard put that cross-looking thing up there was so they could get their tax exempt. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in any kind of religion. And when they say, "Oh, well, you could be this and a Scientologist," no, you can't. Ask any ex-Scientologist; they will tell you the same thing. No, you can't.
Not at all.
And they are a very racist. This is why I'm saying they say Kansas. They're a very racist religion or cult.
What do you think if she did speak out on them? What would happen to her?
Oh, she wouldn't have a platform left. Trust me. They will take it away. They will ruin her.
Candace Owens.
They will ruin her ugly. They have no choice. It's in the text. They have to follow the text. That's why when I told you I got another phone call this past Wednesday, I'm like, hi, what's up to your old tricks? You saw my thumbnail. You saw my face on a thumbnail about Scientology. Don't tell me they don't keep track of people because they don't. I mean, I'm sure they're watching. Since they found out I was coming on here, they already started their games. I laugh at them. I'm not scared of you. You just annoy me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they have no power over here, honey. As for me and my brothers, we serve the name of Jesus. Okay, we don't cave into mankind that didn't down a cross because don't test God. How about that? Don't test God, but you can go after Candace Owens because I would love to see that. Don't mess with God. And let's see what happens with Candace saying they're going to take over a state.
I think let's go talk real quick about how they could take over states. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Why would she say that?
Because she's an idiot. She's their. What do you call it? What do you call? I don't know. There goes my
a mascot, the spokesperson, flunky,
whatever it is. Somebody help me with my words here before Milk Bar gets hold of me again.
We're gonna get Milk Bar. I don't want to get Milk Bar
again. They're designated. They're designated idiot. Well, I don't know.
Okay, she's she's designated,
but she cannot talk against
dignitary.
Him.
Yeah, okay.
She can't talk against. She cannot talk against him. If she does, I promise you, it will not be good for her.
So if she tries to, though, like with her making the comment that they can't take over a state. You think they will see that as a challenge and try to take over a state?
No, she didn't say Scientology. She said any religion. They're not a damn religion. Child. She didn't say Scientology. She just said any religion. Liz Gale said, "Oh yeah, let me show you how it can happen."
Yeah, I mean, she uses. She said, for example, Scientology, and that was like the first time I've ever heard her even use the term. And I'm like, I'm like, why are you using them as an example? Like, maybe they can shut her down. I would love to see that happen. I would love to see Scientology of all things.
We could go down that road. We could. we could go down that road. Let's think about it like this.
Mm-hmm.
She specifically did. You're right. She specifically did. I got to get back into that Scientology mind, but you're right. She said
Mm-hmm.
you can't. Scientology couldn't do that. Okay. Well, right now they got a mayor's. They got a election going on in Clearwater, Florida. For the mayor's race and for the city councilman and all this stuff. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they don't. They're trying to get Mark Bunker in and keep these Scientologists, in,
Yeah.
or it's not Scientology, it's Scientology that have been safe pointed and bought and paid for. So
Okay.
Scientology can't take over a state. What perfect timing for her to say that when they're trying to
I
make
know, right?
Clearwater look so good. They done fed her a little bit of piece of information, and they used her. Useful idiot. That's the term I was looking for a while ago.
You swear
Useful idiot. So what great timing.
you
During elections. So we say, well, Scientology's not trying, because they're trying to buy a street from Clearwater right now. And
Wow.
Clearwater's they're not selling. And the whole street. And so what a useful idiot to put out there. Well, they can't take over a whole state right when they're in the middle of this clash trying to buy this street. Perfect timing, I would say.
Right.
That's just how they work.
Right? Ironic. The irony of this is something else. But I mean, it's the fact that they have been expanding their territory in Clearwater for decades. And she's like uninformed to the point where she makes that statement. And it's like, you've got to be kidding me. I haven't been talking about this cult for long, but I do know that they are expanding their territory and that they are basically trying to they've taken over Clearwater.
They have all these
how long?
and billions of dollars. And if they don't put that back into that 501, their mission statement, I know for a fact that it can't just sit there. The government's going to start going, what's going on with this? You know what I'm saying? So they go buy all these buildings. They're just buying buildings, and they're buying buildings. I mean, Philadelphia, they've cut them everywhere. And there's just these empty buildings that are sitting there.
Yep.
Because they have to spend that money somewhere.
Yeah.
And they've got,
yep.
So much money.
For her to make that ridiculous statement, and she's like, "Oh no!" I sat here, was like, "God, this idiot." She has no idea. John Mappin is not even trying to tell her anything.
That might not have been a bad move on. That might not have been a bad move on Scientology's part to use their useful idiot to say that right in the middle of trying to buy a street to take over in a city. Just saying, could be, couldn't be. I don't know.
Ciao. And I was just, and from that I said, you know what? It's just a matter of time. I'm waiting for her to say, "Hey, I've joined Scientology today, you guys."
Yeah, she'd have to leave Catholicism, which I don't think she's Catholic anyway.
I don't think she's anything.
She might go
other than
because of her husband.
Satan. I don't think she's.
They safe pointed her because of why? They like celebrities and money. What does her husband have? Lots of money.
Lots of money.
There you
That's
go.
It. Oh my goodness. So as we wrap up, any last words, any questions from the audience that you want to just go ahead and impart, any wisdom you want to give to those that are out there listening that want to get out of this cult?
I am not an ex-Scientologist. I've never been in Scientology. My trauma, I don't know their trauma. I've hugged their necks. I've sat at dinner with them. I have literally felt their joy and happiness to be able to plan for their future. Sitting there at the table eating with them, they're talking about their future, something that you can't. The joy that they can talk about controlling their own life and what they want to do in their future. And I'm like going, what an honor this is to sit here. What a true honor after what they've been through. If just keep speak, one voice turns into two, and it turns louder and louder and louder and louder, and every voice matters. These we call them second gems because they're just gems that they've survived the hell and back. But
Yeah.
there's some that's never spoken out that you'll never know who they are. There's
Mm,
some, that, like I said, she thought her dad was dead for 20 years, and find
wow.
out he's not. I mean, this is stuff you can't make up. This is stuff that happens. They kidnap them. They don't let them out. But when they do escape and they do get out,
Mhm,
and they find it in them to deprogram and to go to trauma informed therapy and go to how can, they learn the bike model. Be careful of
right.
ever getting back into a situation like that, which it's so easy to do. And, if you look at the monster too long, sometimes you become that. And that's true
Right.
of even some of the ex-Scientologists. So I'm just saying, it's not as clean and dry as it can be. It's messy, it's dirty, it's rough, but they can do
Mhm,
it. There's the Mike Render Aftermath Foundation. There's the SPTV Foundation. Those are
mhm.
both foundations that are there to help people that have escaped or want to escape. They're there.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Aaron's face popped up. I thought he was going to look at it. Yes, I'm
Get
talking
up.
about your SPTV Foundation.
There you go. The
Okay,
timing on that is awesome. Isn't
I
that
was
cool?
like, that was cool. That was really cool, though. I was like,
Yeah.
Aaron's Foundation.
So next week, Scientology Sunday, we're going to um play a couple of ex-Scientologist interviews of people who have gotten out, giving their experiences, and then the Scientology audit channel. I did have a video set aside to check that out, and just to be able to see, some of this real-time interaction. Um and hopefully, when Jenna Miscavige is ready and she's able to
Yeah.
do an interview, let her know. I have reached out on Instagram. Would love for her to come and
Jenna
speak about it when
Miscavige,
she's ready.
Jenna Miscavige at exscientologykids.com.
Scientologykids.com. Okay. I
Mm-hmm.
will email her as well
That's
and
her.
follow up
Mm-hmm.
because I would love to have her on and she can share whatever she wants to share with her experiences there. And hopefully, like I said, this is to bring awareness so that people can see that there are others who got out, those who, like you,
Yeah.
protested and have fought for people to be able to get out, and that there is
Yeah.
help on the other side.
There is
And
help. We're there.
yep,
That's why I started the channel. I started
yep,
being in the chat, seeing
that's right.
how nobody had insurance. Nobody, they get up, they don't have anything. I heard it. So I
Yeah.
watched it so many years. Well, we can't afford
Mm-hmm.
therapists. We can't afford counseling. I'm like, you know what? Well, guess what? I'm tired of just being in the chat. I'm going to do something. I took that step. I was scared to death to be live on YouTube. I was scared to death. I took that step. I made
Mm-hmm.
that channel. It might
Yeah.
not be big and huge like all these big platforms, but the people that are there, it's a very
There's an
safe
impact.
space. My
Yeah.
mods will kick anybody for, I mean, no trolls allowed, no OSO allowed. We they start acting like they're even trying to act like question or me. We keep it a very safe space in that chat for a reason because we have some very vulnerable people in there.
Absolutely. And that's good. And I'm going to highlight your YouTube channel link. If you don't mind, email me the photo and email me Jenna's email so that
Sure.
way I can just have that reminder.
Okay.
I will email her as soon as we're done because I would, like I said, I would love to just have her on, even if it's for 30 minutes of her time. It doesn't have to be long, just so that people can see that you
I'm
have
reminding myself.
everybody, big and small. Yeah, exactly. That are speaking out, and it is a cult. They don't have to like it. That's the beauty of freedom of speech. Don't
But
like it.
they don't
What people
believe
are
in
saying.
freedom. They don't believe in freedom of
Yeah, of course
speech.
they don't have no concept of our rule of law. But if they've been in existence for over 60 years, they should be used to people calling it a cult. They should not still sit around and take offense to that. It's like growth spine. You
But
can't
see,
make
they don't.
this.
The people inside don't even know they're a cult. That's what's so bad.
That's so bad about it. Yeah, they
And
they
the
actually think they're a
biggest,
church.
most effective. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
I get emotional about this one. The biggest, most
It's okay.
effective voice for a lot of people was Doug Kramer. He
Mm,
was an actor, but he was born into Scientology. He
wow.
and he was heart attack, whatever. He was 50 years old. Whatever the hell you say. I don't care. I got my own beliefs on that, and that's my own beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, his best friend lives 6 miles from me. Don't tell me something I don't. He was talking too much,
Right.
but he was so. His channel is still up. The last time I looked, it's dazed but not confused. You want to find
Okay.
out the real, without all the drama, just truly what happens in Scientology.
Mm-hmm.
That's who you watch, and God rest his soul. I have a
Okay.
tribute to him on my channel. He was a doll.
Okay. So you
He
guys make sure you check out Mental Health Matters to Us. The link here below. That way you can see the fantastic interviews that have been done. Keilah has reached out, started her platform to talk about very serious issues of those that are exiting this cult. And of course, interviews with those, some of which who have transitioned, that can give you some insight. I think the best way to learn about, something, as sensitive as a cult like this is through the eyes of those who have been, you
That's
know,
right.
inside of this cult, the ones who have advocated for, this freedom from the cult. And of course, those who have done their thorough vetted research, and they've written books. They have channels, they have podcasts, and they're
Yes.
constantly putting out that knowledge. It takes a level of bravery and courage. And I want to thank you, Keilah, for being
Oh
brave, and
no, I'm
putting your
not
courage on
scared.
display. Thank
Not
you so
scared
much.
of OSA. OSA, hi bye. OSA, you can take my name off your list for a while. But I did send you and you can go on my channel and get that Tori, the older lady I'm
Okay.
talking about. Tori, she's
Yeah.
the bomb. She's so cool. But
Yes.
and then Serge, there's Liz Gale, there's
Mm-hmm.
Alicia, there's Reese
Mm-hmm.
Quibell. I'm talking, I have like the very first on my channel, the very first live videos, if you go all the way down, that's
Mm-hmm.
so many of the ex Scientologists. And then we kind of just pivoted over to mental health, period, because that's what I do. And
Yeah.
now it's just a safe place for people that need peer
Mm-hmm.
support and things like that. We don't just leave you hanging. We have a Facebook page
Okay.
group that we have peer support and people in there too. So
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you so much. I look forward to your
thank
emails
you.
on that
Yes,
information. And if you have anything you want me to post up, I will post it up. Just send it to me. You guys go check out Keilah on Mental
thank you.
Health Matters to
Matters.
Us on her YouTube channel. Thank you so much, Keilah. I'm going to
Well, thank you
sit you
for having
down
me
and we're going
on.
to exit out.
Hey, thank
Yes,
you for having me
absolutely.
on. I appreciate it.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you so much. All right. You guys tell Keilah have a great evening and check out her great content on her channel. And I'm going to sit you down and end it out. Okay. Thank you so much,
Thank
Keilah.
you.
All right. So I appreciate all of you all for tuning in. That was fantastic. I absolutely loved the session, and I just love the ability to see people who are passionate and who want to help others to get out of this. That's why we talk about this stuff. This is why we talk about these codes. You guys can recognize these codes, recognize the danger signs, and know that there are resources out there to help you exit out. If you want out, there are ways to get out. There are people that are waiting to help and resources available to you. So don't be afraid. Be of good courage. God wants you to have life and have it abundantly. He wants you to have peace of mind. He wants you to be happy and to be free. And that's the best way I could put this to help encourage those who want a path out. If you're standing on the verge of, doubt, just know that there are people that are waiting with open arms. Keilah's here. She's a great resource. She's a fantastic supporter here in the LLC, and she's always going to be here to reach out to those who may come through the chat. Maybe you come through the chat and I don't see you, but we have some fantastic lucksters that will. And I can always, even in confidence, just refer you over to Keilah. and she can get you some help. Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in. Next week for Scientology Sunday, we're going to be back at it. We're going to be checking out some great content on former Scientologists who've gotten out, and then a couple of video clips of some protests and some engagement people have had with Scientology members. And I want you guys to be able to tune in so that you can see this stuff in action. And I will be back in the next 10-15 minutes. We got to talk about Umar. God. And the fiasco going on with that and Candace later on. So thank you all so much. Hit the like button, share this content, check out Keilah at Mental Health Matters to Us YouTube channel. And I will see you guys in the next one. Lady Luck Club out. Deuces.